The Nevis Island administration is working towards expanding the financial services sector with the recently passed Nevis Limited Liability Partnership Ordinance 2025 bill. The bill was introduced in an effort to further diversify the products available in Nevis's financial services sector as the administration moves to increase revenue, job opportunities, and development for the island. Speaking during the 25th September sitting of the Nevis Island Assembly, Premier Mark Brantley referred to the need to increase the number of registered companies to enable the sector to make a more significant impact in the Nevis economy.
When we get up to 10 and 15 and 20,000, then we're cooking with gas. That's the point in time when, as in the BVI, you see the professional community, you see people moving in, you see higher wages. That's what we're seeking to do. But we understand that to achieve that, we need to do what we're here in the House doing today. Creating the building blocks. Because you can't send a team to Mexico City. And prior to that, I think the team was in Panama. Unless you have products that people want. Products that are responsive to the market. And I feel so happy when the legal advisor said to us that the attention out there is great and it is positive, and that many now in Latin America are preferring to use Nevis entities for their wealth strategies and asset planning. It means, therefore, and the only reason I reference the BVI numbers is to show that sometimes we feel that we're doing well, but in truth, there is much better that we can do. And so I'm hopeful that we can leave that 3,000 type mark, move up, because that's what Nevis is about. Progress, development, move up, so that we can get to the kind of numbers, Madam President, that it starts to make a more significant impact in terms of our local economy and in terms of government revenue, in terms of job creation, and the quality of jobs that are created.
Opposition member Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge believes the Nevis government should be looking at means to incentivize the sector to attract greater spin-offs in the Nevis economy.
But, Madam President, I think that more can be done from the government to ensure that, for example, incentives for physical presence, so that a partnership that may be worth billions of dollars would probably employ a few persons, a registered agent, maybe a lawyer, accountant. But if there are any incentives to actually have a physical presence where more spaces can be occupied, where more people can be employed rather than the specific skill sets, I think that would be beneficial to the expansion of the sector, and more people would be able to feel the impact of having this area. Madam, the LPs, limited partnerships, are good. Again, if incentives can be provided for investment in local projects, I think that that would go a long way in our people feeling the impact. We have a number of local projects that persons who are forming limited partnerships, the limited partners who would want to make an investment. I think if the government was proactive and creative, they can design projects that these LPs can invest in. And of course, we have renewable energy, tourism, even small business development, Madam President. The legislation does not indicate any incentivization for the investment in the development of local projects, so to speak.
Other bills were introduced for their first reading. For later discussion are the Nevis Liability Company Ordinance Amendment Bill 2025 and the Nevis Business Corporation Amendment Bill 2025. Glenn Bart reporting for SKN Newsline. According to information provided by Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, Safe Harbor Marinas LLC is expected to begin operations at the Christopher Harbor Marina on the Southeast Peninsula in November. Safe Harbor Marinas, recognized as a global leader in marina operations and ownership, acquired the marina of Christopher Harbor in May 2025. Part of the purchase agreement includes a 40% expansion of the docking facilities, the construction of a desalination plant, and the development of St. Kitts as a premier yachting destination. During a recent roundtable with the Prime Minister, SKN Newsline inquired about the current status of the marina under its new owner.
They've actually started their work. So they're in the process of procuring all that they need. They've sent, they're putting all of that together. This is going to be one of their biggest bases within the Caribbean region. We're expecting a very upscale, vibrant yachting season in November, because they're going to start doing business in November. We needed more immigration officers. We needed more customs officers. We're actually going to be putting a base over in Christopher Harbor, customs officers and immigration officers, to make sure that they're complying with the laws that they should comply with in terms of, what should be done. So we are ramping up from the government's point of view, and also from the business of yachting point of view as well. And that is already providing jobs for our people. And we want that to become a premier yachting destination in the Caribbean, part of our efforts to diversify the economy. My message to our young people is to get these jobs. Because the reason why we are providing these jobs, we don't want our young people to be on STEP and so forth, because those things don't. STEP is a training program, does not allow our people to fully actualize themselves. So even though we'll have a number of people on STEP, we want to provide even better opportunities for our people once you get to training to move on. Because these jobs don't pay minimum wage. They pay way above minimum wage.
When the expansion is completed, it is expected the facility would be able to host up to 32 mega yachts. Glenn Barr reporting for SKN Newsline.
Get ready, St. Kitts Nevis. It's time to storm out. Breakout Praise happening Friday, September 26th at the New Birth Gospel Tabernacle, featuring dynamic ministry from Paige Gums.
You've been so good to me. I'm thanking you for life.
The powerful sounds of Tehillah. And the energy of M1. It all starts at 7 p.m. A night of worship, praise, music, and celebration you don't want to miss. Plus, we've got amazing prizes and giveaways, including a Samsung tablet, a smartphone, and plenty more prizes and surprises throughout the evening. Don't just hear about it. Be there. Storm out. Breakout Praise. Admission is free. Food and refreshments on sale. One night, one praise, one breakthrough. Storm out. Breakout Praise. Your favorite TV shows are just a click away with TVC Plus at tvcplus.live. Stream our 24-hour live programming. Catch the latest episodes of TVC Originals on demand. Enjoy premium pay-per-view content and so much more. Watch on any device, TV, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Visit www.tvcplus.live. Stream, watch, enjoy.
The SKN Newsline website now offers you more news. Log on to www.sknnewsline.com for local, regional, and international news. You can also watch the latest newscast and keep abreast with news in sports, all from sknnewsline.com. That's www.sknnewsline.com. News at your fingertips.
Good day to the beautiful people of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Martin News Desk now airs on
Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays on TVC
at 11 a.m. and then again at 5 p.m. So
make sure to tune in.
It's Entertainment TV at its finest. Join us for Main Event, the Caribbean's leading entertainment show only on Television Caribbean TVC. Tune in as our host chats with top artists and entertainers, bring you the latest buzz in entertainment, and showcase the hottest music videos from the region's biggest stars. Main Events airs on Thursdays at 8 p.m., with rebroadcast on Fridays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. When it comes to entertainment, it's always the Main Event on TVC.
Political analyst Peter Wickham is warning that the Caribbean should be deeply concerned about the growing U.S. military aggression in the waters of the southern Caribbean. The United States has increased its naval presence off the coast of Venezuela, justifying the deployment as part of its anti-drug trafficking operations. So far, 3 strikes have been carried out on vessels allegedly transporting drugs, resulting in the deaths of those on board. While these actions have been welcomed by Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Mr. Wickham told Newsline 360, a TVC Channel 40 program, that the situation poses serious risks for the wider region.
I think the Caribbean should be concerned. I think they should be concerned about the global political realities, about the prospects of the Trump administration. The Trump administration, in my view, is to some extent unhinged and also intoxicated with its own power. And a government like that does stupid things. And certainly an attempt to invade Venezuela would be one of those stupid things. My hope is that the Trump administration would not want to do it, largely because an invasion of Venezuela would not be successful. And, you know, the United States of America has invaded Afghanistan and Iraq and other places, well, invaded Grenada as well. And Grenada was probably one of the easiest to achieve success simply because, you know, you had nothing really to knock over in terms of an army. In the case of Venezuela, it's a vast country with some resources to fight. And an invasion of Venezuela is no easy task. So if they did that, they would be caught in a quagmire. And my feeling is that what the Trump administration prefers to do is to just stay on the sidelines in international waters and shoot boats out of the ocean. You can shoot at and kill fishermen and say that they're drug dealers if you want. No one is going to know the difference because dead men tell no tales. And I think that if you want to claim that as your success, it would make sense to continue doing it because you have the military might to do it.
Wickham noted that Caribbean leaders are often divided on matters of foreign affairs and believes this issue will be no different.
We have a problem in the Caribbean with foreign policy. Foreign policy at the CARICOM level is led by Jamaica. Jamaica has different foreign policy interests to the rest of us, and they have always had a relationship with the United States of America that has been kind of cozy, especially under the Jamaica Labour Party. My feeling is that they will not want to offend Donald Trump or they will not want to go any differently. If they are leading the charge in terms of CARICOM's response, you would recall that Prime Minister Holness was one of the few leaders that went along with Chastity and 1 or 2 others to Mar-a-Lago a few years ago when CARICOM took a position that they were not involved because they found that was not good for CARICOM relations. Jamaica is leading the charge in terms of foreign policy, but yet still can't make any definitive statement because there's no unity within CARICOM in relation to these matters. So as to who I think will speak, perhaps Ralph Gonzalez will continue to speak as long as he doesn't have his own distractions. You may get something out of Prime Minister Motley, who has the flexibility of a parliamentary majority that doesn't mean she needs to look over her shoulder. But I don't think you're going to get much out of the others because, to be honest, in a situation where there's no huge benefit to be gained from saying something, perhaps the best thing to do is to say nothing. And it doesn't impact on the leadership of St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Dominica. So why should they get involved?
Meanwhile, Venezuela has condemned the U.S. deployments, calling them threats of regime change. President Nicolas Maduro has ordered the mobilization of militias and troops, warning he would declare a republic in arms if U.S. forces attacked. The full interview with Peter Wickham is available on the TVC website, tvcplus.live, and on the Television Caribbean YouTube channel. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
Big community outreach, Molineux Health Center, Saturday the 27th of September 2025, starting at 8:30.
The Molineux Health Center will be hosting a community health fair for men this Saturday, September 27th from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the grounds of the health center. Doris Bradshaw Smith is the community nurse manager at the Molyneux Health Center.
So this coming Saturday, the 27th of September, we are having our health outreach in Molyneux itself, right there in the Molyneux Health Center. We are going to be seeing tents in the yard, and of course we'll be utilizing the health center also. We'll be having different activities such as rapid HIV testing. There'll be a doctor on site. There are going to be some nurses there that are going to be working. We're going to have the mental health consultations. We're going to be doing different other activities, checking your GMRs, your blood pressures. Anything that you know about health is going to be taking place right there at the Molyneux Health Center this coming Saturday. Please utilize and do what you have to do. And just to let you know, it's free. Men, we are targeting you. You are very silent. We want you to come out of the shell and utilize primary health care because it's free.
So why target men for this health fair?
Women come and do their pap smears, and of course we'll be having that pap smears, your breast examinations. We'll be doing different stuff, but we want to target the men because men have been too silent. And if you look at the records, you're going to see most women utilizing the primary healthcare services. And so men, we want to let you know that the primary healthcare services are for you too. So please utilize it. Come on up this Saturday. Do not let this pass you by. You will not regret this. We're going to be doing a lot of different things. As I said, the doctor is going to be there on site to see you. Please do not let this moment pass you by.
She added that similar health fairs for men will be organized in the coming months at other health centers across the island.
There are other health centers that will be doing the different activities similar to what I'm doing. Yeah, so we started this event, a while back. However, we're making it more evident so people can come and know that the health center are there to be utilized. It's not just a center just like that. The health center has so many things, so many services to offer. We want you to know that these services are free, and please make use of them.
Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. Get ready, St. Kitts Nevis. It's time to storm out. Break Out Praise happening Friday, September 26th at the New Birth Gospel Tabernacle, featuring dynamic ministry from Paige Gums.
You've been so good to me. I'm thanking you for life.
The powerful sounds of Tehillah. And the energy of M1. It all starts at 7 p.m. A night of worship, praise, music, and celebration you don't want to miss. Plus, we've got amazing prizes and giveaways, including a Samsung tablet, a smartphone, and plenty more prizes and surprises throughout the evening. Don't just hear about it. Be there. Storm out. Breakout Praise. Admission is free. Food and refreshments on sale. One night, one praise, one breakthrough. Storm out. Breakout Praise.